Oh my gosh, guys. Can you guys actually believe what happened? You'll never believe it. Anyway, hey guys, it's Lemon Queen, and today we're going to be doing another video. I'm in a place that I haven't been in, well, a decent amount of time considering I play Roblox a lot. Royal High. Now, it is a beautiful day outside, and I know that coronavirus is still here and everything, but I just felt like we could get out the apartment and, just have a walk around, maybe check the mail, stuff like that. A couple new things happened in the game, and I'll be explaining why I just haven't been here in a while. I got banned. It's really nothing too dramatic. I was just AFK farming like I usually did, but apparently they don't want you to AFK farm, so that's fine, but oof, I just got flung. Definitely a brutal way of handling it. So, yeah. You could tell that they don't want people to AFK farm because the bubbles they've changed them like 3 or 4 times now to make it so that you just can't unless you manually pop them. And, all that jazzy stuff. So I'm going to explain some new things first off. Fluttering Butterfly set. I have basically the whole set except for the heels, so technically I don't have the whole set. But I don't want the heels because they're just too tall to me. And I get what he did, like, it's supposed to be Winx Club. But I don't think he got the perspective right because they're not that tall. If they were that tall, then oh my god, the guys would be like giants in the show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this set is based off a show called Winx Club. It's based off of the fairy transformation Butterflix, and it's a really, really good interpretation of it. The heels are just like way too tall for me. They're just a really weird proportion to my character, and I didn't like the way it looked on other characters, so I probably wouldn't like the way it looked on me. So, I didn't buy it. I think the fact that they put a black character modeling this is pretty cool. I mean, like, I don't know if they did that for Black Lives Matter or whatnot, because that would be kind of weird, but it's whatever. Another new set is the baby doll set. Haven't gotten the dress yet, but I have 17 days to do it. Surfboard, seems like it's an unlimited time for that, but I'm gonna try and get it before summer's over, because there's a good chance that it'll be gone. So that's all the new stuff, I'm pretty sure. But as for over here, we do have some new hairstyles. Again, I'm not sure if this is just because of the Black Lives Matter stuff or because they're actually putting representation in the hairs. And if they were putting representation in the hairs, it's a kind of a bad time to do that because it just seems like they did it because of Black Lives Matter. But it's whatever. It's one step forward in the right direction. I don't know why they all named them these names, like they ain't even black people names, but it's whatever. Like the only black people name I see is Dominique. That's it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So they're braids. And they look really, really nice, actually. I do like them a lot. Come in many different hairstyles. They work with all the hair colors. The textures in them are really, really good, as you can see. And, they're like real braids. You have some parting in the hair. So there's that. There's also been other new hairstyles like these. Although I really don't prefer these because they just don't work well in, like, the textures of the hair, as you could see. They do probably work very well for pictures, but besides pictures, I just wouldn't prefer wearing them. You've probably already seen these already. They're not too new, but I also want to talk about these because even though they're nice and pretty, I do think they make the head a little bit tall. And if you lower it down, then the bangs would be too long. It's a whole mess, but they're still really cute, and some hairstyles really work, others just kind of don't. And that's basically all the new hairstyles, new faces. They have a new mechanic where basically it matches up the kind of tone of your skin tone. Obviously, it's not the exact same skin tone, but it'll match up the best it could and show you what the faces will look like on your skin tone. This is an eye-opener, not only for a lot of people, because as we could see here, some of the faces just don't look right. And the reason is the light colors. Now, things like this is fine. Okay, that's just like pastel makeup. But if it's things like that, pastel colors just don't work very well. Like, this is probably supposed to be like, what would you call that? Highlighting. But it just doesn't work well on the skin tone. And you could see it a lot in some faces. Other faces that don't have highlighting but still look like this is probably because of the blush color. A lot of people end up using light pink as a blush color, but they always forget that light pink only works for light skin tones. So darker skin tones, it's just going to look like ash. Now, a good way to battle this with your artwork is to go for a more red skin tone look. Let me take off my mask. See here, the blush is more red tone, so it works better with the skin tone. And I know there will be some people on Twitter, because Twitter's just like that, who will say, you're not an artist, so you wouldn't really know what it's like, and doing that is hard. It's not hard. I'm an artist. You can make any color work on any skin tone. Straight point, period, okay? And I have seen a lot of artists, start doing that. But the sad thing about it is some artists are still doing it. And it's not like if you switch to a redder pink that it'll change anything, because it will look good on any skin tone. So it's not going to change anything. But, it's whatever. Of course, the new outfits are out too. I don't really wear outfits that much, but for people who are just starting the game, you will. I also don't really celebrate these holidays, so having outfits like that really doesn't help me in my situation. But the thing about it is, and I know you could contact the developer, your influencer, you could do that. I can't. They have way too many people who try to talk to them on the daily, so they don't pay attention to anything you say. And the main developer for this, aka Barbie, whatever you want to call her, she isn't really too active on Twitter for that reason in particular, so it's really not worth my time. But these new faces, particularly Wendykins, Pauline, Peggy is good. You're kind of good. I don't know about all the others. But these four are my favorite faces out of the new faces so far. As we can see here, we have a lot of faces that don't use that light pink blush, and we still have a lot of faces that do. Now this is what seems like a face collab. Now Queensy Case, look, I don't know how you say their name, but I didn't really like their faces on my face because first of all, they had this thing with their older faces where they would use a bunch of light pinks and it would look great on whatever skin tone they were working on and whoever wore it, but on me it didn't look good, especially since my skin tone is like extra dark in this game. But I don't know who they collabed with, but they definitely worked that out, because now it looks pretty proportional on the face, considering it is an anime style, and I do like the accents and whatnot. But anyway, so that's enough rambling. Let's get on to new things in the game that involve realms. Now, let's go to teleport here. Really nothing new has popped up except for the beach house, which we already know. But I do want to talk a little bit about that because there are some issues with it that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. I know not a lot of Roblox Royal High YouTube channels really talk about things like this. And it's really, what my channel's for, I guess. So, basically, when you spawn into the game, you spawn at the beach house, which is kind of a problem for me because, first of all, and especially when the beach house first came out, because now it's a little more calm, but when you first spawn in here, it's just, don't get me wrong, it's a great place for role-playing and everything, but besides that, it's not really that great. The fact that people can just spam stuff everywhere makes it hard to move around. I only really had one good time here, and that was when, we made a whole little village out of tents. But otherwise, that's really the only good time I've had here. Besides that, there's nothing really wrong with this place. I just think it's not really a good spawn point, considering sometimes when I spawn in, I just want to change my character, and I can't do that when it's nighttime. And one of the reasons is that it's just not bright enough in the spawn area in general during the night. Oh, and here's an example of those heels that I was telling you about from someone who just spawned in. Way too tall. Anyway. But yeah. So, this really isn't a good spawn point. Honestly, I would prefer more. It doesn't really have to be a private spawn point like the apartments where you just spawn in your apartment. But I'd kind of prefer Earth to be the spawn point, Because, it's always daytime there. You don't have to worry about certain things. Oh, what a coincidence. I wasn't expecting it. Also, another thing about these heels is that they're the first heels to have a small booty. One of the things about heels that is commonly known is that, they make you thicky nicky or whatever. Does this teleport you anywhere? No? Okay. But those heels are not thick. Which again, if we were truly being, in touch with the series, you would think that they would be thick, because if we're really talking, the Lynx Club girls were slim thick technically, maybe not so thick on the top, but they were definitely thick on the bottom, so like, why are you holding off? You know what? Let me not get back into that, because I'm gonna go off. Anyway. So, yeah. I think Earth would be a much better spawn point. You can also pretty much get anywhere. Not anywhere, I don't think. Hold on. Because if you guys want to really know, you can get almost everywhere that you can teleport. So you can go to Sunset Island from over here. I don't have the speed pass, which I would have bought, but I just wasn't thinking, and I bought something I didn't really need. You can get to other realms besides what you can teleport to on the map, like Lizzie Wrinkles, I think that's how you say it. A little, memorial, and the Royal High, the new Royal High. And you could also teleport to places like the Resort, the Classic Royal High, and Enchantix High. You can go to Designer Boutique, so you could roleplay. You can teleport to Divinia Park, Moonlight Square, the trading hub, and for those of you who didn't know, this place right here is a way to enter the apartments. You could enter through any door, so you could also enter through here, up here, over here, and up there, and all that stuff. The only places that they don't have is the beach house, Battle a la Royale Archery, which I have no care about at this point. They completely butchered that game, but that's pretty much it. And when I say butchered that game, I mean like people just keep messing up the game for people to play. It's not really fun to play. It's more challenging, especially when there are a lot of campers. So yeah. So since I'm not able to AFK farm anymore, I have to manually get diamonds, which we'll talk about in the next video about Royal High and Sunset Island, because frankly, I just can't. And when I say can't, I mean I don't have time to. Something that I think the Royal High developers and people who play this game kind of forgot about. So if you guys want to see more, let me know down in the comments, because I'll give you more anyway. And if you reached the end of this video, and you actually watched to the end, go ahead and comment down below lemon drop, and I'll shout you out in the next video as a little lemon drop. So I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later. Bye!